Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk more Bulldog football. And with us, senior quarterback Travis Russell. Travis, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Rob. I'm glad to be here.
Congratulations on the big win over Central Missouri this past weekend. Maybe talk about what that meant to be able to lead this team here into the playoffs.
We were really excited to get back out there. You know, we had talked a lot about how the break was good for us and it was going to get us healthy, but it seemed to kind of work the opposite, actually. You know, we got a little banged up. You know, it was different because we did come out a little rusty, but once we got, warmed up, once we got into our groove, we really started to establish some dominance. The offensive line and the defensive line both were just fantastic on Saturday, and it kind of allowed us to run away with it and have a good quality win.
Talk about that 3-week layoff. Obviously, that's a little unique here in college football. How did you guys handle that 3 weeks off?
You know, it was something we had never done before. In my 5 years here, the guys in my class, we never really had a break like that. It had just been, game after game, kind of a grind type of season. But, after the Grand Valley game, that week we just did a lot of stuff, getting healthy. We stayed inside, didn't have to go outside. It was really cold that week. But then last week we kind of treated it all as if it was a game week. We were outside, we were practicing, prepping for any opponent, kind of doing some scouting stuff for both teams, both Central Missouri and Indianapolis, just to prepare for whoever we're going to play. And then, as soon as Sunday rolled around, we went out for practice because we were able to get a day ahead, while other teams were recovering. We were just getting started, and I think that was a huge help for the reason we were able to come out with a win on Saturday.
Obviously, you graduated last spring, made the decision to come back and be a Bulldog here again this fall. Maybe talk about the decision and what went into that.
I do say it a lot. It was a big decision for me, but it really wasn't a hard decision at all. When you look at the guys in that locker room, the work that we've put in, the memories we've made, the bonds that I've formed with the guys on this team, there's nowhere else I wanted to play. I knew that this was it for me. No matter where I went, this was going to be the last year of football that I ever played for my life. And I knew that I wanted to do that with the boys in red and playing with the guys in that locker room. And, we're not done yet, but to be here with only 8 teams left is just proof that, I came back for the right reasons, and I'm glad I'm here.
Obviously, at the quarterback position, went through some adversity this year. 3 different quarterbacks here early on. You were injured early in the season and then had the opportunity to come back. What's that meant to be able to come back and see some action here on the field?
It's such a blessing just to be able to play. I didn't come back really to be the man. I came back to be a part of this group, to be a part of this team and do whatever I could to help. And the way it worked out, I had to help the team right out the gate. I had that rib injury and it sidelined me for a while, and then I had to help the team kind of from a coaching aspect, helping signaling in and whatnot. And then to be able to just come back now and fill in and, play quarterback and hopefully bring this team to a national championship, where they deserve, is something that I'm incredibly humbled by, but also really, really excited to finish what me and my class have started when we came in 5 years ago.
Going back to Saturday's game, maybe talk about the play of the offense. What went well for you guys against Central Missouri?
We got out to a really fast start. We had preached that all week. We wanted to go fast, get out to a fast start, and that was very evident on that first drive. We had a bunch of first downs. We went down and scored, which was great for us. And then we struggled a little bit getting things going. We were moving the ball, but we just couldn't finish, which has kind of been the story of the past 2 games. So if we work on that, we'll be all right. But we did definitely get something going at the end there. That field goal before halftime was huge. And then the story of the second half was just our O-line and Marvin Campbell. We just absolutely, punished their defense, on the ground and up front, and, was able to have us just kind of walk away with the game, eat up some clock, a bunch of plays, long drives, taking up time, and they ended with points. So that was huge for us.
Obviously, the offensive line's not a unit that gets a whole lot of attention. What do those guys mean? And talk about maybe the play that they've had up front all season long.
So, it is. It's a shame that O-line, they don't get talked about more, but to have all 5 of them be recognized for all GLIAC is unreal. Between Tyler Allison being O-Lineman of the Year, Dylan Pasquale getting first team, then Jake Boonstra and Corey Carr with second team, and Zane Obeid being honorable mention. At the Division II level, there's not an O-line better than the one we got here. They play hard, they play smart. It's just incredible when you look at also how much we pass and how little sacks they give up. On top of the fact we put up 370-something yards rushing in a playoff game, just speaks volumes to their work ethic, their commitment, and how well they play together.
Obviously, being a quarterback, you've got a lot of talent on the outside and behind you at the skill positions. What's it like being a quarterback knowing you have so many playmakers on your side?
The best thing about playing here, and that's changed so much since I first showed up, is just the depth. There's so many talented players at every position. Maybe 5 years ago, if one of our better players got hurt, it was like, what do we do now? But you look at any position, receiver, slot, running back, tight end, quarterback even, it's just next man up. You know, there is talent abound everywhere. We've lost a number of guys to injury, and it's just the next guy comes up and plays big and steps up for us. And I think that speaks volumes to the culture we have here, and also just the attitude of guys knowing that even if you don't start and play, you're still pretty darn good, because there is going to come a time when we're going to need to count on you and your number is going to be called. And it's just awesome to see those guys step up every time that happens.
Obviously, this year you've got a great defense behind you as well. How nice is knowing that if you don't put points on the board, that you've got a unit that's got your back?
One of the best defenses we've had since I've been here, which is awesome. There's nothing missing there. You know, we've got a great pass rush. We defend the run really well. Experienced linebackers that have started and been dominant for years, and the best back end we've had in my 5 years, and statistically is best in the country right now, with a bunch of playmakers, you know, that make plays on the ball, and they kind of set the tone for our team. Truly, you know, if you look at our defensive backs, you know, they talk the most. They kind of set the tone and establish, you know, the swagger that our team has when we go out and take the field.
Obviously, one playoff game behind you now. You've got plenty of playoff experience here with the Bulldogs. What's it like going through this playoff grind each and every week?
We love it. You know, we love grinding. We love being out there in the cold. It snowed like crazy this weekend, and we just thought, perfect. Like, that's who we are. That's what we do. We're going to go out there, whether it's 70 and sunny or whether it's going to snow a little more. We'll go practice in the parking lot if we have to. You know, we just love playing with each other. We love getting out there and working, and you know, we love the things that other people don't like. I think that's what's special about this group, and something that's a huge reason why we're able to have the success that we have, because we like doing things that most people don't enjoy doing.
I know obviously it's not over yet, but as you look back here, when you get all said and done, what are you going to remember most about being a Bulldog and being here in this program?
It's been special. You know, it's really been the most, you know, impactful, influential, best 5 years of my life being here. And if there's one thing I'm going to take away from it, it's the relationships I made with the guys on the team. Some of them, we grew up so different. You know, it's different when, you know, some of us come from, you know, the west side of the state. Some of us come from inner city Detroit, private school, public school, however you grew up, and you come here and it's just all a family. Guys that are like brothers to me that I never would have met if it wasn't for football and it wasn't for Ferris State. And, you know, so as fun as it is to play with them now, and as much as I'm going to enjoy the memories playing football, those are going to be guys that are part of my life, you know, forever.
Obviously a well-deserved honor that was bestowed on you not too long ago, the Jack McAvoy winner here in the GLIAC for character and leadership. Maybe talk about what that meant and being awarded that award.
I really appreciated that. It meant a lot to me and, you know, to my family, just because I was raised to believe that, you know, you're here to serve, you're here to help people, and you know that has always held true to me. I try to do as much as I can to help others, to serve, and do whatever I can to lend an open arm, because, you know, at the end of the day, you're here to make a difference, to make an impact. And, you know, if you can do that and someone and make their lives better, make their lives easier, you know, then you found your purpose. You found something that's worth doing. And football's been the platform that's allowed me to do that, you know, but my football days are going to be done, and, you know, it's not going to stop there. There's always going to be opportunities to help, to give, to do more, and, you know, that's something I'm excited to do once my playing days are over.
Well, Travis, thanks for being with us. Congratulations on what's been a great season so far, and best of luck against Northwest Missouri this Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.